गणेश शारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 23 of Ayodhya Kanda. In the previous chapter, we saw Rama went on to convince Lakshmana, saying that it is all the God's will because of which his incorporation ceremony has been stopped and he is forced to go into exile into the Dandaka forest for next 14 years while Bharata is being asked to get coronated as the regent of Dasharatha. It is the God's will which forced Kaikeyi to speak such harsh words against Dasharatha, and it forced Dasharatha, it tied his hands and he was unable to speak out. And it is because of that reason, just obey whatever is the will of the God. And we are continuing. But this was not acceptable to Lakshmana, who is still talking about the grace of Kshatriya, the power of Kshatriya to get everything done by force. Instructed by his brother Lakshmana, his head bowed was filled with distress on account of Sri Rama's impending departure. Yet he was glad to learn the secret of Dharma, remaining in the cave of anger a while, breathing like a snake, provoked in his soul, his frowning mien resembling an enraged lion, swaying like the trunk of an elephant, with quivering limbs, averting his gaze, he addressed his elder brother, saying, "O brother, in this evil hour you are subject to a great delusion. Ill-timed is this assertion that disobedience to a parent is contrary to Dharma. It does not become one virtuous as you are to speak thus. You, a leader among warriors, can control your fate, and like a weak man, you speak to it as irrevocable. Do you respect these wicked beings and virtuous one? Do you not know how many deceivers appear as righteous men? Take note how the king and Kaikeyi for selfish ends deceive you and send you into exile. If this matter of the bones granted to Kaikeyi were really true, then why was it not revealed before the preparations for your installation were made? Because this very aspect of this boon is only known between Kaikeyi and Dasharatha. Why not they raised it before? Why at this time, at the end of just before the coronation ceremony was about to be done, will it not be a conspiracy? If it can be said to be done in error, then what error is calamity? It will cause dissension among people. How can the younger take precedence over the elder in matters of state? I cannot suffer this. O great hero, pardon me. This law you praise by which your mind is governed is incomprehensible to me. You who are powerful, why must you submit to Kaikeyi? Will you obey the unjust command of your father contrary to the law of Dharma? Do you not pursue their duplicity in frustrating your installation under the pretext of granting a boon? Consider the pursuit of such a goal to be guilty of condemnation. This is the reason for my distress. Though parents, the king and the Kaikeyi, desire to harm you, you are swayed by passion, who except you would countenance their design. But you attributed this matter to the decree of fate. This action is unpleasing to me. Let the weak and the cowardly trust in so uncertain a fate. Heroes and men of faith and resolve do not accept the dictates of karma. He who by his own endeavors conquers fate never suffers. Let it be seen today whether fate or exertion prevail. But destiny which prevents your installation, which resembles an elephant refusing to respond to the goat and having broken its fetters, is wandering about unchecked. That victory will I conquer by my what that victory will I conquer by my prowess. Neither the guardians of the four portals nor all the dwellers of the three worlds united as one can prevent your installation, so much less than my father. Those who have planned your exile shall themselves pass 15 years in exile, will frustrate the hopes of my father and Kaikeyi, who depriving you of the kingdom seek to enthrone Bharata. Power of karma will not bring such adversity to those opposed to us as my valor shall inflict on them. After ruling 1,000 years, do you insist if you retire to the forest, leaving your sons to govern the kingdom? Then, like our ancestors who, becoming aged, withdrew to a hermitage, do yourself continue to live in the forest? Formerly, kings in their declining years, giving over their subjects to the governance of their sons and grandsons, used to retire to the forest as ascetics. If, O Rama, you are here to rule against the behests of the king, thinking administration would be insecure, I will protect your kingdom as the shore protects the earth from the inroads of the sea. If I fail, may I never be called a hero. Now fix your mind on your enthronement with these auspicious preparations. Single handed, I can affect the defeat of the kings who obstruct your installation. These two arms of mine are not for show, nor is my bow a mere decoration. My sword was never meant to dangle at my side, nor are my arrows designed to be kept in the quiver. All these are dedicated to the task of destroying the enemy. I will not block the existence of my enemies. My clean, bright sword, I will hew their bodies to pieces, even if it is to be Indra himself. Will cut to pieces elephants, horses, and men with my sword, creating large heaps and rendering advance impossible. Today my enemies shall fall like clouds rent by lightning, donning the Godha, lifting up my bow. We shall strike the enemy with many shafts and large number of them with a single arrow. I shall destroy innumerable soldiers, horses, and elephants, by passing most vulnerable parts with my shafts. Today I shall demonstrate the power of my weapons and establish your sovereignty. Today these two arms, accustomed to be abandoned with ornaments and sandwiches, can use to distributing charity and to protecting friends, shall prove their progress by opposing those who obstruct your installation. Ramachandra, I am your servant. Tell me who is your enemy and command me to oppose him so that severing them from their flame and friends, kingdom be placed in your hands. Sri Ramachandra, hearing the words of Lakshmana, wiping his tears, consoled him, saying, O dear one, know my chief valor to be obedience to the will of my father. It behoves the warriors to fulfill their father's command. Thus ended chapter 23 of Ayodhya Kanda in Ramayana. Often people do the same kind of a doubt. Was Rama so meek that he simply accepted whatever the command given by Kaikeyi and Dashpata as the will of the God, as a mark of the fate that we are supposed to face it? Never. If Rama considered everything simply as a will of God and gave no importance to the Kshatriya Dharma, no importance to his capability, no importance to his ability to turn the events, then, in the beginning of the Ramayana itself, when Vishwamitra came to the court of Dasharatha and telling about the obstruction to his yajna by the Rakshasas, he would have told it is God's will. Never. He went ahead. And on the way, when he saw Tataki, who had destroyed the two great states, Malada and Karusha, he would have simply told it is a God's will. No, he killed her because she was creating a problem in that whole dark forest of Tataka. And then he went on to kill her sons, Maricha and Subahu, and erased all the demons from there. Nor when he was told, when he went into the forest, when he saw Ravana, when he saw the demons in that forest, in the Janasthana, he killed 14,000 demons. He killed Kara, Dushana, Trishirasa, and he never said that it is the God's will. When Surpanaka came to him begging for his love, he told her that he was not ready to marry her. When she went ahead to beat up Sita, he simply left Lakshmana to cut off her nose and ears. He never said that it is a God's will and allow her to kill Sita. Never, never. And later, when Ravana objected Sita, he never said it is a God's will. He went ahead to establish friendship with Sugriva, and even when Sugriva tells that Wali has cheated him, he never told that it is the God's will. He went ahead and killed Wali, the entire army of the Vanaras, and he crossed the ocean, killed Ravana and all his fellow people. And but later, when the events turned to in a different way, and when it comes to the situation where he know that the people of his own state are objecting for what has been happened, that he brought Sita from who was in a captive of Ravana, he went ahead. He never said it is a God's will. It's just a mark of fate. He went ahead. He even went ahead sacrificing his own personal life and he abandoned Sita. There are so many events that happen throughout Ramayana, where Rama exerted his ability, Rama exerted his Purusha, Rama exerted his goodness and to make a turn to the events. But when it comes to accepting something that is really the will of the God, it is supposed to be accepted. And that is what is Rama as an ideal man, as an ideal person. He is teaching what exactly is the Dharma to the entire world. That is the reason why, for the whole world, it is very difficult to understand what exactly is the explanation of Dharma as being practiced in Bharata. On one side, we say Rama saying that it is the will of the God, but on the other side, he go ahead and kill Ravana and so many demons. On one side, he discipline the people, and another side, he subjugate to the command of the people. And in the Krishna Avatara, he went on to tell Arjuna in 18 chapters the Bhagavad Gita and urged him to slay all the people. And he made sure that all the Kshatriya clan has been wiped out in the great war of Mahabharata. And he still calls it as a dharma, dharma. But what exactly is the dharma? It is the interpretation of the event with total control on the senses, with a total control on the mind. And hence, it is not something that has been written in some scriptures. It is not something that is written in a book by somebody at some other time. It is always a flowing river. Dharma is always a flowing, not a stagnant river. It is always adapting to the time. It is always in the greatness of the world. It is always in serving the humanity and not against the humanity. And that is why it is only a Bharata which has the eligibility, or because of its dharma, it has the eligibility to teach the world what life is. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmir Puravasini. त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं यादानञ्च देहि मे